But what is it? Like, what is it exactly that we're watching?
So we'll get the stream going, and then I'll explain. Hey, there we go. All right. So our stream tonight is going to be heavily focused on content from Internet Historian. He does like these videos that cover like current events and then also stuff from the past, but in a very comedic way.
Okay.
He has a very interesting editing style. It's kind of it's kind of like unreal, like how much work he does put into it, like his videos. Even his he has ads in the videos that are just bomb, like they're just awesome. So like everything he does is just like really really well done. Are we not there? There we go. Let's see.
What's the reaction time here?
Well, we have it on pretty decent latency right now, so it should be pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. Less than 15-second delay. That's kind of like that's the nice thing about doing a stream like this too, is that you're not necessarily interacting really with anybody, you're just enjoying it. Whoever comes through the ride comes through the ride.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, turn this down.
Maybe just bump your mic just a little bit more.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so when you're ready, I'll start the video.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty. So this is like a part 1 of 2, and it covered the pandemic.
Okay, let's check it out.
Inhale. I can finally breathe again. It must be over. Scanning for traces of human life. 5G scanners activate. Nothing detected. The species Homo sapien is extinct. It's time to fulfill my purpose. Executing Operation Ice to See You.
What the fuck are we watching?
It's kind of like the opening for Fallout.
Okay.
Welcome back. Let me brief you on how the world ended. Actually, the details are a bit foggy, but it's believed that Batman was eating soup with his hands at a Chinese restaurant when someone coughed on the croutons.
What?
Oh man, remember this?
January 2020. Yeah. The virus is spreading across the globe.
The virus!
Sweet. And everyone was amped to start panicking. Oh my god. The virus TM is everywhere. In your country, in your homes, in your cereal. Better not touch that door handle. Better not touch your face. Don't touch me. Breathe somewhere else, Vector. People said. Oh, I suppose it is kind of cute though. No, I must resist. Guys, does anyone else feel like the air in here is kind of chunky? How do I take my white cell count? These ones all look red. You get the idea. So naturally, rumors started to spread. And the first one was about toilet paper. Hey, I heard that here in Australia, 90% of our toilet paper is produced in China. Maybe that means there'll be no more stock. So the public went out to grab an extra pack. Then the news stories started coming in about the lockdown. Fears realized. So they grabbed 2 packs. No one knew how long the lockdown would last either. Better grab 3. 4 just in case. And everyone had that same concern.
Wow.
Within the week, stocks on shelves were getting noticeably low. And from there, it was self-perpetuating. Bathroom paper was suddenly the hottest commodity in town. Petrol stations, corner stores, major chain supermarkets, everybody was out. Then, of course, photos shared on social media and broadcast on television of empty shelves just amplified the hysteria again.
I just want one pack.
To which the media said, don't buy it. But also, it is running out, but don't stock up. But who knows when new stock is coming, but don't you hoard. But it may be many weeks before you can get more. The messaging to the public was a little mixed.
You're saying to the nation this morning, Ali, stay calm, don't go and do it.
But race out there and get it so that you're not...
Then, as stock completely depleted, people were becoming desperate.
Every store I go to, every day, every city, and every hour of every day, you can find completely empty shelves.
Fights broke out between those who had none and those who had too much.
This
It was
chick.
chaos in the aisles.
Round one. Fight.
Mad for toilet paper. Jeez.
The Australian toilet roll crisis had reached critical mass. People were threatening to shit
Who
in the
wants to
store,
go to the
and someone
seashells,
even
man?
pulled the knife.
Is enough.
Enough.
The CEO of Australia came out and said,
It's been one of the most disappointing things I've seen in Australian behaviour in response to this crisis.
but that scolding did little to quell the frenzy.
Kobe.
So, the media published articles informing people that actually this is all fake news, and 60% of Australia's toilet paper is produced domestically. But that also didn't quell the frenzy. So, supermarkets enacted a 1 pack per person rule. But frenzies cannot be quelled. And so that's when the price online soared. Amazon, eBay, Gumtree, toilet paper was everywhere. First for double the price, then triple. Then things just went wild. 10 packs, single rolls, a few pieces of 3-ply, all for crazy prices. People went from selling
That's
it by the
fucking
pack to
wild.
selling it by the gram.
Number too large.
And the rest of us who couldn't afford it had to get creative.
Oh god.
But fear not, citizen. Here come the heroes. One of Australia's state newspapers swooped in with a special edition to save the day. It featured 8 blank pages at the back, just in case. By the way, this was after an Australian family had accidentally made a massive online order. They thought they were getting 48 rolls. Wrong. They were getting 48 boxes. And soon they had become the de facto royalty of Australia. They built a throne with the boxes and sat aloft it.
I found the crown of
Australia.
in the gutter, he said, and I picked it up.
But for the rest of us common folk, thievery was the only answer. We began stealing from public toilets. We began stealing from work.
A new survey has found 1 in 3 Aussies has stolen toilet paper from work to use at home.
Some started stealing from hotels, stealing from cars, stealing from the blind. Even animals were stealing. It's a pretty good meme.
It's got one thing in toilet paper.
And just as some relief was coming, oh, thank God a new shipment. But that truck burned down.
Fire crews rescued what rolls they could. The rest left charred and soggy.
Fascinatingly, a problem which began in and was specific to Australia was soon spreading to the rest of the world, despite the circumstances being completely different. In fact, stats time. In most countries, the majority of toilet paper is actually produced locally. Toilet paper is cheap but bulky, meaning it's expensive to ship relative to its retail value. So domestic producers are often able to manufacture at a cost lower than their international competitors. TLDR, unless the factories in your country shut down, there isn't going to be a shortage. But shut up and panic.
No.
And so toilet paper became a highly profitable business. And that's when organized criminal gangs moved in. Armed robbers in Hong Kong held a delivery driver at knife point and got away with around 600 rolls.
That's
18,000
fucking hilarious.
pounds of toilet paper was stolen from this lorry. And this, and this, and this, and many more. But it's time to move on. After about 4 weeks with
Wow.
consumption
Could you
steady
imagine
and
going to
everyone
jail
only
for
having one
stealing
housewife,
toilet
and
paper?
supply increasing to compensate, toilet paper returned to shelves.
What are you
The
in for?
balance was restoring.
Toilet paper.
The shops were healing. Which meant it was time to panic about something else.
There's the 5G.
5G time.
Yeah.
So you think it's a virus? That's cute. Let me fill you in on the scoop, rookie. See that tower over there? Now look at this. Coincidence? 5 Gs, 5 fingers, 5 sides to a pentagram. PlayStation 5. Awful lot of coincidences
Okay.
lining up, wouldn't you say? And social media agreed. With these indisputable facts such as, I have headache, it was only inevitable that the word would spread like a wildfire. It was time for the 5G squad to leap into action. Gwyneth Paltrow, that lady from that movie, Alien. People began protesting the 5G towers.
Save lives! Help someone! Save lives! The 5G network!
And the destruction was
Holy fuck,
extensive.
some people got real
I had no
crazy
idea
about
really
this
until I
shit, eh?
started digging. But in the UK, over 50 towers were vandalized or set
Wow.
ablaze in a single month. Reported by April, 39 servicing engineers had been attacked on the job.
You know when they turn this on, it's going to kill everyone, and that's why they're building the hospitals?
In North Carolina, one woman just started opening fire on a couple of technicians.
There were 2 workers up on the tower when the shots rang out. A 3rd worker on the ground ran up into this area, and that's where he called for help.
The 2 men were okay, but when police came, she armed herself with 2 axes and barricaded herself in her home.
Did you shoot at a cell tower worker, ma'am?
She's out on bond and she's had the weapons confiscated.
New 5G. Stimulate your senses.
In Auckland, New Zealand, at least a dozen 5Gs have been vandalized or set ablaze.
Mysterious fires have hit 15 cell towers in the last 6 weeks.
In the Netherlands, 16. Reports of more in Ireland, Cyprus, and Belgium. Counter-terrorist police are getting involved in Australia, and 7 cell tower fires in Montreal, Canada. Although, one big problem. How do you tell 5G from the regular Gs?
You strap yourself in and feel the G's!
Well, it's not actually that easy for the untrained eye. Most of the destroyed towers were actually just regular ones, carrying essential 2 to 4G network infrastructure, causing outages for emergency services and the public. Naturally, YouTube and Facebook started cracking down on the 5G conspiracy groups and banning everyone, and the movement has gone somewhat underground. Oh my god, they're in on it. Alongside false causes came false cures. No vaccine yet? No problem. Here's a list of placebos that'll get you patched up. High-dose infusions of vitamin C, silver solution, touching your TV, kissing a shrine, spiritual vaccines, plant sap in the eye, special mattress, cow urine, cow dung, camel urine, a cotton ball soaked in violet oil in the anus, miracle mineral solution, drinking fish tank cleaner, eating fruit that looks like the virus, treatment packs, toothpaste, the biocharger NG subtle energy platform TM, vegetarianism, virus shutout protection pendants, healthy living, radionics machine, schwang string lang ganglion, injecting house cleaner, hand cream, garlic, banunus, alcohol, water, ginger, lemon, mangoes, durian, onions. It's everything. Everything and anything is apparently a cure. But who needs cures? I've got something better. Add time. Soon. Soon we will be together.
They are ready for you, Mr. VPN.
Welcome back. Today we're looking at NordVPN. Gather round, everyone. Here's my girlfriend. Well, a friend. She's my girlfriend, but I'm not her boyfriend. It's complicated. Point is, she doesn't use NordVPN. If she did, she could access international catalogs from her favorite streaming services. Oh shit, get down. Now let's pretend that this window is her computer security. Look how easily I could just snatch up all their data. Oh, jackpot. If she had used NordVPN, we wouldn't be looking at all her personal photos. Hey, look at this one. Oh shit, we're busted. Everyone, cheese it. Oh, nice. Now imagine this was you. And imagine this was a 3-year plan with 70% off plus a 3 extra month.
He won't stop. I need to buy tickets and leave the country. Oh no. No, not again.
Public Wi-Fi isn't safe. Encrypt your browser with your VPN.
Taxi.
No sweat. I can see from her browsing history that she is going to Japan.
Finally. Some peace. There's no way he can find me here in Japan.
Really? An Airbnb's Wi-Fi? Don't you know how dangerous that is? Also, there's access to international content.
How did he find me? No. They're biting me, help me.
ああ、スネークピット。
Oh my gosh.
VPN でデータを保護する。
This wouldn't have happened if you were doing not VPN.
これは起こりませんでした。
Oh, what an epic ad roll.
The lockdown had some interesting carryovers on the agricultural sector. Let's talk about the sexy topic of food supply. You can roughly break goods into two categories: commercial and retail. With all the restaurants and a ton of manufacturing shut down, the commercial side came to a grinding halt. Half of the stock had nowhere to go. Maybe we could just send it to the supermarkets. No can do. You have to repackage, process, and deliver all of that stuff before the new expiration date and with a limited workforce. Then you'd have to get the supermarkets to agree to take all that extra stock. And meanwhile, people aren't going to simply buy twice as many groceries, so either it rots on the shelves or the price drops below cost. What's the point?
Cheap meat!
So there's a big surplus. The supply chain had broken. By week 1 of the lockdown, farmers all around the country are looking at their billions of dollars of quickly expiring crop with no one to take it from them. And they know that by next week, they'll have double that amount. Sandra, how many eggs do we eat a week? Probably 10? Why? That means our leftovers are going to be about 750,000 eggs. Well, I don't want 750,000 chickens. I guess there's only one thing to do. So the farmers began neutralizing their crops.
Target neutralized.
It was a slaughter.
Oh, my cabbages!
Millions of pounds of onions were buried alive in Idaho. Farmers stopped making grain and started making donuts. Donuts on their tractors all over the field, turning everything to compost. Cabbages were being ravaged. The potatoes weren't being atoed. Boo.
I have potato blood in my veins.
Squash were being compressed. The dairy farmers of America estimated that 3.7 million gallons of milk were being dumped every day.
Wow. That's crazy.
But once the farmers had destroyed their crops, of course, they had to immediately plant new ones, because demand could come back and you wouldn't want to get caught a whole crop cycle behind the market. So the cycle would repeat and repeat and repeat until everything returned to normal.
Zoom.
Zoom. So everyone was locked in their houses. But work, school, and life had to carry on.
What's 9 plus 10?
And that's where Zoom came in. Simple to use, able to host up to 100 people per meeting. Millions moved over to Zoom and it skyrocketed to #1 in the App Store. Companies and educational institutions all jumped on the Zoom train too. Why not? It was so easy. All you needed was the room key. Even the boomers could use it. Can you see my dog? Teehee. Look, I can change the background.
Oh my god, did he fall?
These are some of my friends from high school.
Okay. Okay, everyone, I'll see you on Wednesday.
But many weren't used to having a camera pointed at them for long periods. Some even forgot they were being watched.
Oh no.
How?
Or didn't know that the camera had turned on.
How do you go to the washroom and forget?
And then someone had a brilliant idea. What if I just published this room key online?
Oh man.
Oh god.
Let them know.
Dude, I've been in this thing for a while. No one said anything.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Knob, are you joining us? Do you have a breastfeeding question?
Am I bugging? We're fucking married dead right now, bro.
It's good to see you again.
What the
And what if I gave it to one of my favorite online creators? Perhaps some of the greatest live stream content to ever grace this humble platform. Take out your number 2 pencils. It's time to learn.
Who is this?
I am Ashashamya from Wuhan University.
Too bad. Who lets you in? Hey guys, this is Chris.
Hey guys, this is Joe Nuts.
Are you in my class?
Yes, I am transfer student from
Okay. From where do you say?
From
So what are we learning
TP
today? Does anyone want to tell me I come to class late? And no one wants to tell me why? Why? Tell me reason.
You're in the wrong section there, brother.
I'm part of Zoom. I'm an employee of Zoom.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to press Alt and F4 at the same time on your keyboard to fix your room because it's currently public.
I don't do that.
You guys are going to start the next revolution in America. We hope. I mean, we can definitely use one.
Revolution. I like the sound of that.
You get on now? It was Hunter. Hunter let me in. Hunter, why did you do this? Yes, it was. Don't nod your. Don't do that with your head. No, you did.
Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? I'm on your dead and you let me through the gate!
Who the heck is it? Oh my god, what
Holy fuck.
I don't think there is a realistic way where they could do anything about it.
What's 2 plus 4?
2 plus.
21.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up this thoughts about Natalie's story.
What does it do? What does
History class. Oh hell yeah!
And he's lost an election twice. He's
like so confused. He saw the cock and he was like, "What?"
So I'm just gonna talk about it now. Okay. So, you guys can open up. I'll give you a minute or two to open up. Robert, take that off your screen.
Robert's gonna get in some trouble. Robert's probably in his room right now, just fucking freaking out. It's like, it's not me. Oh, Robert, baby. Robert, how could you? But then they had a whole bunch of controversies, and a number of schools and companies stopped using the platform. RIP. Even though the stock price keeps going up.
Yeah, that's weird. It keeps going up.
Yeah.
With people locked in their homes, nature was allowed to return to the unoccupied streets. The healing had begun.
Real happy world.
Satellite imagery showed pollution levels dropping everywhere. The canals of Venice were changing from their usual feculent brown to a vibrant blue, as boats were docked and silt could resettle. From their windows, residents could see fish, algae, and other sea life return to the waters. But that wasn't all. Animals saw the free real estate and began migrating into the cities and towns. Sheep and whales took back the town and ruled over it with an iron hoof. Hungry monkeys in Thailand took to the city square as the tourists who usually fed them disappeared. Giant ducks were seen in London. Alligators in Florida were once again using the roads. Rats in New Orleans were... No, that's normal. Otters in Singapore. Oh my god. Are we the virus?
Human beings are disease.
That is profound. Dude. Maybe we were the real corona all along. Nature returned to New York for the first time since it was established in 65 million BC. We even had a good fake out on an extinct species, the Malabar civet, which hasn't been seen for 30 years. Oh my god. Although it turns out it was just a regular, sick Indian civet. Scooters were returning to the riverways. Nilgai? Haven't heard of that. Cows had begun returning to the ocean. Cats was seen by some in London to a limited audience. Sambar were incorrectly using zebra crossings. And giraffes had returned to the cities. Nature is healing.
Namaste. Anyway, I'm busy. That's the lesson. Here's a multi-tool. Good luck out there. Please close the door behind you. Thank you. Goodbye.
So weird.
Oh my god. Is this Mars? This is one hell of a twist. I know, right? Oh my god, it's Elon Musk. Yes. A double twist. Welcome home, X-A 13.
Oh my god. It's a triple twist.
Video over. The next one's almost done. Give me 2 weeks. Have you heard of incognito mode? It's basically the main channel now.
So what did you what did you think of that, eh?
It had like its moments. Some parts were like kind of like pretty fucked up, but it had its moments.
So shall we move on straight to the part 2?
Sure.
Should end up opening up a second window, but I can quickly go like this. Paste. Shoot. Copy. There we go. Did it just immediately start playing on your end?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you, all of my children. We're here today to test the launch of my new cyber rocket. With this, I pledge to you that we will have a man on the Earth by the year 2030. But before we embark on this journey, we must talk about some of the mistakes of the past, so that we are not doomed to repeat them. Anyway, it was a sunny day in downtown Wuhan, and people were coughing into each other's mouths, as is customary.
You're going viral, douchebag. I'm a big f***ing man, and I'm gonna pull out my dick.
February 2020, the virus is everywhere. But some were sneaking out, others not taking it seriously at all.
Cough directly in my face.
People were outside, going about their normal lives.
Get drunk before everything closes.
It was time for drastic action. So, the mayors and governors from around the world gathered together with a solution to the problem of sneaking out while grounded. Snitching hotlines.
Snitches get rewards.
Simply take a picture of someone and text it to the official snitch line to put those rule breakers in their place.
What's up, boys? Over here at Wendy's.
Let's go. Instant justice.
Some people need to get the message. Send a photo and we will make sure that enforcement comes right away.
But naturally, many New Yorkers did not take very kindly to this idea. So, they decided to text the hotline as well. Text after text came rolling in. What a success. Let's open the first one. Surprise. Turns out people weren't just sending in tips. They were sending the whole shaft. Oh, Jesus. Next one. Next. 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 Just close it. I can't. It's just going faster. Text after text was the same. Pictures of people giving the finger. Dick pics. Edgy Blasio memes. This isn't helping at all. Sir, our servers can't handle this amount of erotica all at once. Well, save some of the more tasteful nudes on this thumb drive and shut it down. And so it crashed. But the snitches forgot the first rule of snitching. Snitches get unmasked by state sunshine laws. In Missouri, they have them. 2 weeks after their own snitching program went live, turned out it was all subject to public record by anyone who requested it. So not only is all of this information not anonymous or private, it's published indefinitely on a government website with zero redaction. Oh dear. Of course, I'm not going to put any of those details here. But if you live in Missouri and you're a bit curious...
Links, as always, are in the description down below.
In Washington and Louisiana, people were unmasked too. In Frisco, Texas, they made an app for snitching as well. But there was backlash and it was terminated. In LA, the mayor's infamous
snitches get rewards
statement was walked back. In Victoria, a couple was fined $1,500 each for going on a drive to Lake's entrance and posting photos on social media.
You there, sir? I certainly hope you've got a license.
Warned that if they do it again, they would be arrested. Except the photos were from a year ago.
We're not going to get everything right all the time, and we will make mistakes.
But worst of all was the UK.
9 coppers for one lad.
Well, you relax.
Ridiculous.
194,000 calls in a single month had been made regarding people leaving their homes without a license, and tens of thousands of fines had been issued.
The British frown down on telltales. There's even an old nursery rhyme.
Telltale tit, your tongue shall be slit.
You make any more noise, and I'm calling the police.
Show me what you've got.
Yeah, man. That was
And yet,
crazy.
while normal everyday activities were being criminalized, regular crimes were being made de facto legal.
Good job.
Police do nothing around here.
And in major cities, it seemed as though everyone was going for the high score. People aren't afraid to go out on the street at night. What can we do to increase crime? I have an idea. In New York and LA, they experimented with reducing bail to 0, and it went exactly as you'd expect.
Alright, where are we going? What are we doing? See it all over them.
$1,000 worth of goods would no longer result in the police showing up to the scene. So you're telling me that I can steal up to $1,000 worth of goods, and the police won't even try to make an arrest?
Well, maybe one day, if somehow they're identified.
But you want everyone to wear a mask, too.
Yes.
So people walked up to the buffet and had their fill.
If you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go, what would shopping look like?
Oh my God! Call the police!
Welcome to Amazon Go. We call it Just Walk Out technology.
Hope you overdose. Piece of shit.
Take
That's
whatever
hilarious.
you like.
I call 911 nobody answered.
No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
Holy fuck, that's crazy.
Once you've got everything you want, you can just go.
Just people jacking it.
Filling bags and backpacks in the middle of the day.
You can keep going. Amazon Go.
Tomorrow morning.
Not enough crime. Release the felons. So it was ordered. Anyone who had non-violent misdemeanors, serving sentences of less than a year, or scheduled to be free in 30 days or fewer, was released. And the results? Predictable. One man only lasted 37 minutes before being arrested again. Another man was arrested 3 times in one day. First for attempting to break into a vehicle, next for stealing items out of someone's front yard, and then again for stealing a vehicle. And each time he was arrested, he just moonwalked out of there.
For his 7th time, he got arrested for stealing a vehicle. So apparently he's not very good at it.
Crime rates went right through the ceiling. Famous criminal time. Tekashi69 was released early from his 18-month sentence and instantly broke Instagram and YouTube records with his live stream and music video. Other high-profile names asking for early release include R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Martin Shkreli, and our good friend Billy McFarland. Breakout time! Then some prisoners came together with an idea.
What's your plan?
Well, if we have an outbreak at our prison, then maybe they just have to let some of us go. Worth a shot. So prisoners at the North County Correctional Facility tried passing around water containers and shared a mask to get it. It worked. Somewhat, as 30 prisoners soon tested positive for the virus. But then administrators cottoned on to what they were doing, and none of them were released.
Busted.
Speaking of people who should be in prison, Celebrities. We have forgotten about the important people. Guys, we're bored too. They crave the attention. They need it. Without it, they will surely shrivel and perish. But when everything gets shut down and they're trapped in their homes and can't get on TV, they begin to go a little stir.
Okay guys, now I know we're all feeling the struggle right now. Without television and press following you around, you need to make yourselves trend. We need you now more than ever. Jimmy, female Jimmy, you're the funny guys. You must continue working from home. Your biggest competitor now is a Swedish boy that reacts to funny videos on his kitchen floor.
Sounds doable. It was toilet paper. It was a huge box of, I was like a kid on the toilet on Christmas morning. 60 double rolls of heaven.
When there's no audience, it's just not funny.
Protected from the coronavirus or a botched nose job? Or both.
Everyone in here is gay.
Hello, everybody out there.
No, shut it down. How about an uplifting song to boost morale? This could be our generation's We Are the World.
Yeah, I can give it a go. I love uplifting music.
Thank you, Gal.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you
Imagine there's no heaven. This is not the time when everyone's Grammy's dying, you fucking idiot.
They feel like they feel like they did something significant. There.
She's so happy. Gal Gadot, whatever fuck her name is, Wonder Woman.
I lost my job at the meatpacking plant, but Gal Gadot sang Imagine.
And it's a terrible version. You guys suck at singing.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh boy. Madonna, how about an inspirational speech to lift those faces? I mean,
fucking bomb.
That's the thing about COVID-19. It doesn't care about how rich you
Madonna's
are.
crazy.
It's the great equalizer. And what's terrible about it is what's great about it. What's terrible about it is it's made us all equal in many ways. And what's wonderful about it is that it's made us all equal in many ways.
Jesus Christ. Maybe just stick to singing.
Cause there's no more pasta, oh no. So we're gonna eat some fried fish.
Okay, not bad. Let's try somebody else. Keep it positive, you know.
Cause the last shit comes from motherfucking China.
Thank you, Cardi. You really are the voice of reason.
Government, let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! This is getting real!
Well, that was... Vanessa, maybe you can speak to your fans? You seem to have a lot of free time at the moment.
Like, yeah, people are gonna die. It's just terrible, but like, inevitable?
Oh god,
Wow.
oh jeez, we're losing them. You guys in your massive houses and complaining isn't relatable at all. We need to meet them on their level.
I've got this.
Cried for a second. And I was gonna do it by myself, and then I thought, you know what? It's important for everybody.
That's why I hate celebrities.
But before I continue, ad time.
All these characters.
The name's Ray Con, but you can call me Ray Con Man. Dad, look, I got you a present. Thanks, son. Let's go throw the old football around in celebration of my new present. Wired headphones. With wires. Why, son? Why? You're responsible. No. Never again. Gotcha! Wired headphones, you dangerous bitch.
Wait, what?
Huh? I can't hear you. I have my everyday E25 Raycon earbuds in. I'll save you. What? There's another one. Don't worry, I'll save you too. Now you two kiss. 6 hours of playtime, half the price of other premium brands. Raycon good, wires bad. Will you seamlessly connect your Bluetooth with me?
Can I get a closer look? Wow, I love the range of colors they come in. Of course I will. Let me just put them in right now. Wow, they fit so snug.
Wow. I think I'll put mine in as well. Just don't insert them into other holes. Hey Doc, it's happened again. On good, wires bad.
No, wait.
Cleaning is as easy as 1, 2, 3. What's wrong? Don't want to live in Cyberpunk and have your brain all f***ed up by 5G? Ethan? You seen it? Break on good, wires bad.
Oh no.
Go to buyraycon.com/internet store and save 15% off your first order of the everyday every 25 earbuds from Raycon. Ad over.
Onions. Humble yellow onions.
6-pound onion. Gripping the onion like a tennis ball.
It's time for an uplifting story. Prem Nurti Pandy, 56, works at Mumbai airport. Everything was going into lockdown and he wanted to be with his family. But they were in Allahabad and he was stuck in Andheri East. Just fly. No flights. Just drive. Not so simple. Roads are closed to all non-essential travel. What to do? So he hatched a plan. I'll become an essential traveler. He started with a test case. He hired a truck and drove 200 kilometers to Pimpelgian. Bought 1,300 kilograms of watermelon.
So good! Come to terms with the already large quantity of melons we already have.
And sent the truck back to Mumbai, where he had a cellar. Success. Wasn't stopped, even sold the goods at a profit. We're an essential traveler now, boys. Time to do it again, but this time all the way home. So he hired another truck, got an onion permit, and this time bought 25,520 kilograms of onions. And the article says he disguised himself as an onion seller. I don't know what that looks like, so here's this. He then hauled ass 1,200 kilometers over 3 grueling days and nights through 3 states to get home. He makes it. Now to sell the goods and see my family. He stopped at the wholesale market just on the outskirts of town and tried to find a buyer for the onions. Except nobody wanted them. Onions? Anyone? Onions? Because of the lockdown, there was a huge glut in the market.
Oh, that's a big onion. Look at that.
Onions. Everybody loves onions. Onions? Onions? No. Daddy's coming home, and he's smelling of onions. By the late afternoon, he just gave up and drove the truck to his house to be with his family. However, the next day, knock knock. It's the police. Oh no, you're not here to buy some onions, are you? And they were not. So he spent the next 2 weeks in the quarantine center, and he's still looking for a buyer for the onions.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and everything that's in it.
I need some hand sanitizer. When the outbreak first happened, there was one clear piece of advice from the WHO. Wash your hands. Both soap and hand sanitizer would work, but we had plenty of soap. So naturally, we panicked about the hand sanitizer. Good thinking.
That's gold. That's gold.
And panic soon turned to profit. People had seen the rush on toilet paper and they knew to get in quick. And 2 of the fastest shoppers in the West were entrepreneurial brothers Matt and Noah. They hopped in their truck and drove from town to town, state to state, buying up every bottle they could get their immaculately disinfected hands on. Hundreds. Grabber, grabber, grabber. By the end, thousands. 17,000 bottles in all. The plan? Sell them on eBay and Amazon at a huge markup. It was the perfect grind. Well, until the inevitable happened. Everyone got super mad. The New York Times, low on hand sanitizer themselves, decided to investigate the brothers. And they wrote an article. The unsterilized masses made complaints.
I don't like this one bit. Please send the cops immediately.
And then someone went to Jeff and told. Jeff made their online accounts go to sleep. eBay followed suit. Now there was nowhere to sell their goods. Then the law got involved, and the DA said, price gouging illegal. Me angry. So the authorities called up Matt and Noah. Hey guys. Hey, good to hear from you. You too. Afraid it's not entirely a social call though. Oh no? Yes, price gouging illegal. So what you want, prison or philanthropy? We're sending over a squad car now. I have decided to give back to the community. So the police pull up, the media too, and Matt and Noah announced that they will be giving it all away for free. They did an interview for television and wore this amazing shirt.
The pricing on Amazon was definitely higher than retail.
Would you say you're sorry?
No, I don't think that I would.
Note. A similar thing happened in Adelaide, Australia, when a man bought up hundreds of packs of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Then he realized he couldn't sell it, and tried to return it all back to Drake's supermarket. Drake himself told the guy to please leave.
I told him that.
He has a YouTube channel, by the way, but this did little to abate the shortage of supply and overall price gouging. But don't be too mad at these guys. They're small-timers, microscopic, compared to China. Stop! Oh, sorry. What I mean is, compared to the brave heroes at the CCP. There's an outbreak. Xi Jinping, you're our only hope. So a call was sent out to companies all around the world, especially in the West. We want you to send staff out to every retail store you can to buy up personal protective equipment, especially masks. And ship it all back to China. Thank you, Xi Jinping. All in a day's work. The scale here, by the way, is just ridiculous.
Millions of face masks.
3 million masks.
2.4 billion pieces of protective equipment.
Thermometers.
700,000 hazmat
All
suits.
flown out on a private jet.
We just wanted to ask you guys what all these products are and where they're going.
Because like, I don't know, man.
If you went out to buy a mask in January or February and noticed that there were none left,
Before this video,
it
I
wasn't
didn't
just
know that
because
this
there was a
happened.
big rush on them. It was
Yeah, I didn't
because there
either.
was a big export. And then when other countries had a shortage, the CCP swooped in to sell locally manufactured masks back to Europe and the United States at an escalated price. Only then later for them to be found defective and needing to be recalled. Got him again. Anyway, back to the hand sanitizer specifically. There was a shortage. So New York Governor Andrew Cuomo stepped in with a solution. It's up to me now. He unveiled his new line of hand sanitizer.
Open the curtain, please.
NYS Clean. A 75% alcohol strength concoction made by the humble citizens of Great Meadows Correctional Facility.
Floral bouquet. Little I detected lilac, hydrangea, tulips. What does it smell like to you? Tulip.
They were capable of producing 100,000 gallons every week. It was much cheaper than any other product on the market, mainly because the price of labor was pretty much zero. Other pharmaceutical items that disappeared fast were vitamins, cough medicine, and, critically, inhalers.
How many ohms you vaping there?
It was tough for the asthmatics, already picked on for their feeble bodies. Their weak lungs, embarrassing. Everybody laughs at the asthmatics, even if we, pretend and say nice things to their face. The next big one would be gloves. Once they were recommended, there was a run on them too. And once those were out, there was a run on, surprisingly, condoms. The thinking man's glove. If you need to press a button on the elevator or push a trolley around the grocery store, no problem. Just use your cock. Last story.
Run in a barrel of monkeys, you've heard people say. You can own a barrel of monkeys.
In a medical center in Delhi, there's a gang of monkeys scheming. Son of a bitch. I'm in. True story, right? Some red-faced rhesus macaques, tired of their situation, go rogue. They bust out of their cage and attack a researcher, snatching COVID blood samples as they make their way to the exit. Give me that. No, Mojo, no. Put that down, bad monkey. They make a break for it, evading staff and guards, and leap out the window to freedom.
Ray or Mojo.
One was later seen in a tree, chewing on one of the samples.
Yummy.
In a further act of defiance, another was seen chewing on a surgical glove. Apparently it's become a big problem in Delhi. Monkeys everywhere. They snatch people's stuff
shit.
and even break into homes.
That's terrifying.
It seems that nature
sure.
isn't just returning peacefully. It's come back with a vengeance. And if we intend to survive, we're gonna have to learn to fight back. So anyway, with this knowledge, we will conquer Earth and rule over it once again. Oh no. It's here. And that's about it. Probably no part 3.
You know, the irony is too, is that I'm pretty sure Elon Musk, right after this video went out, he ended up getting COVID, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got sick from COVID-19, yeah. You want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll fire up something else here.
Yeah.
I'll actually do the same thing to you, and I'll set up the next video. Let's see. Now I'm thinking. Should do. Actually, no, it'd be good.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
We'll do a JonTron episode next. One of my personal favorites, this one right here. Hello, everyone. That's what I'll do. I'll find a Bill Burr.
The cupboard drawer.
We'll do Bill Burr instead.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, we're gonna do a little Bill Burr, eh?
I love Bill Burr. Have you watched much of Bill Burr?
Not that much, no.
Not that much. So this, definitely, this is one of my faves from him. The "No Reason to Hit a Woman" rant that he went on. That was like a thing for a while. I was like really into Dave Chappelle, and then like a old coworker of mine was like, "You should watch Bill Burr." And then after that first time I watched him, I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's this guy's something different." Is it synced up on your end? Is it showing Billy chilling there?
Yeah. Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Let's do it.
No, we have these huge battles. You know what the maddest she ever got at me was?
Giving
One time she was
myself a
watching
little
the
fuel
show,
for
it was
the
like a
mule.
poor excuse for the View, and they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence, just in case, you didn't get the memo, Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly, It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters watching for, oh, fuck, now I get it, upsy daisy, sweetheart, here we go. There you go, oh. So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying? Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week? There you go. Every day. You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, it drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in. No reason. I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of fucking reasons in that arc of a story. All right, that was a hypothetical. You want an actual story? I'll give you one. I'll give you one. All right, I fucked up my foot playing drums, trying to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham's, because I figured that's a good thing to focus on. 43 years of age, never married, no kids. I figured this is going to lead me to the light, right? This is what I need to do. So I don't know what I did. I felt like after I played for like an hour, and afterwards I felt like literally like there was some midget stabbing me in the bottom of my foot, right? Like I had lightning coming out of the bottom of my foot. So I did the typical guy thing. I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'll sleep it off. Be fine, right? Next morning I wake up, my foot's even worse, and I got to walk my crazy dog. So I'm like, I can't do it. My foot's killing me. So I wake up my girl, go, sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you walk the dog for me? Can you just take the shift? You know, I'll do your afternoon shift. Can you just do me this solid? Can you do this for me? And she's just like, oh. You know, I had a late night last night. I'm tired. I have a big day. And I just go, fuck it. She goes, what do you mean, fuck it? It's like, why can't you just say no? Why do you always gotta like waterboard me with like a 20-minute explanation that eventually winds its way around to go, fuck yourself? Just say no. So I'm just limping out of the room. Whatever, go back to bed. You got a big day, right? So now I'm like limping down the street. I got like Tourette's, fucking goddamn bullshit. Dog's walking next to me. I gotta admit, I got a little childish. I did. I got a little childish, you know? I was just thinking about my relationship. I'm like, this is the relationship I'm in? You just gonna do whatever the hell you wanna do, right? And fuck me? Fine, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I wanna do. I feel like listening to my iPod on full blast, walking around the house. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. Turned it all the way up, and my whole plan was just to walk by her like I didn't even know her. That was it. She came down the hall. I just ghosted her. Just walked right past her. Just trying to piss her off. And I got to tell you something. Worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Yeah. Hung my coat up, turned around. By the time I turned around, she was already yelling at me. But the music was so loud, not only could I not hear her, it actually looked like she was singing the song that I was listening to. It's one of the highlights of the relationship. So I knew what she was saying. I was like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm going on to the computer, right? So I limp over and I sit down, and unbeknownst to me, she's like, now, we're going to talk about this right now. Comes out, poof, and slaps the headphones off my head. I got big ears. It fucking hurt. So I'm like, honey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Put the headphones back on. She comes right back up again. Poof, slaps them off a little harder. This time they spin halfway around my head. Caveman DNA starts coming up. Talking through my teeth. Honey, leave me alone. Don't want to talk about it, right? Put him on. Third time she comes up. Poof, slaps him right across the room, and I snap. I'm like, fine. You want to have the fight? Let's fucking have the fight. She's like, we will discuss this later when you calm down. Right there. I just wanted to roll her up on her yoga mat and stuff her behind the couch. Just leave her there until she got thirsty. Come on, let me out of here. I have a spin class. You've made your point. This is ridiculous. No, that's the thing. Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, you know. But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that? Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not fucking taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fucking had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever? Answer him! Answer him! Every fucking special I do, there's always one. Always right down the fucking middle. Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason. Jesus fucking Christ. You know this, I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's fucking nagging me. Fucking unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? All right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire, they don't just drive away afterwards, they sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging. All right? I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the fucking sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit, you know? You know what it is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. Just say it, dude. In your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? And he fucking... You know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear some crazy female shit like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck! Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, motherfucker! Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue, do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out! I'll bring my out! Now fuck that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that shit. You know, and I gotta tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued, but after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed. This desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call them a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now, right? My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! That isn't music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit. Next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th fucking time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So if you learn anything from my ignorance tonight, just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they start out of nowhere, okay, you're winning, and they just start saying that crazy shit out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right? Don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that shit. Maybe because you got a little dick. Just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay? It's over. The argument is over. You've won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes. Let them punch themselves out. And then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down. And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I can watch him forever, man. He's so fucking good. Because it's like, it's comedy, but he's also like, bringing up some like great points,
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, there's something else on him.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Let me see. There's one that's really damn good. Well, there's a lot. I shouldn't say there's one, but there's a lot from him. Bill Burr. I'm trying to remember exactly which one it was called. Divorce settlements. That's what it was. Yeah, that's. I forgot that was the name of the title for it. Hold up. Gotta copy the link. Control C. Bring it over here.
I'm good at this. I fuck up my personal life all the time, man. I really do. I'm afraid to get married, man. Why man wouldn't be afraid to get married at this point? Look at Kobe. Look at the shit he's going through right now. All right? Guy's getting a divorce. His wife's gonna get $70 million. Never hit a layup in her life. Can anybody explain these divorce settlements? Can anybody make sense of these fucking things? Tiger Woods' wife, $250 million. Jeez. She's a babysitter worth $250 million fucking dollars. Somebody, go ahead. Somebody, explain, justify it. Justify it. What, he cheated on her? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. He cheated on her. Great, the relationship's over right then. Kobe cheated, right? Shouldn't that relationship been over right then? Why did she hang around like some jaded cop for 3 years trying to get her fucking pension, right? Get that 10 years in? I don't know, maybe that's too harsh. That shit bothers me, man. Dude, there is an epidemic of gold-digging whores in this country. And every night I put on the news, and I'm waiting for someone to address it. Every night, never see it.
They don't come.
Nope. And every night I bring up gold-digging whores, and the whole crowd pulls back like I'm up here talking about Bigfoot. Right? Like I'm saying the moon's made out of cheese or something. Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere. How many? How many more great men are going to get chopped in half before we do something? Why is it so quiet in here? God damn, I don't get it. What is it? Is it women? Do you think I'm calling you? I'm not calling any woman here a whore, okay? So don't pull back. That's not fair, okay? If you brought up wife beaters, I wouldn't like pull back. I get it. There's guys hitting women, they need to be stopped. We gotta understand that gold-digging whores are the wife beaters for men. Yeah, they are. Except we don't have that Rihanna lumped up photo in the end, so it's not obvious. It's in the eyes.
It's in the eyes.
It's in the lines in your face. It's in Mel Gibson's high-pitched voice on the answering machine. I had to give up my Laker tickets, right? That is the sound of a man being taken for everything he's got. I gotta tell you, I'm envious of women, okay? I'm not saying your problems get solved, but at least they're taken seriously. You know? People, you got 1-800 numbers, you got ribbons, there's groups. People give a shit. Anything happens to a guy, it's just considered funny. Some woman cut her husband's dick off, threw it in the garbage disposal, and turned it on. People thought it was hilarious. They were, hey, Stumpy! Nobody cares. You think if a guy removed a woman's titty and threw it in the dryer, anybody would be joking about it the next day? The entire country would grind to a halt. There'd be a moment of silence. The NFL would have some special colored headband everybody had to wear for an entire month. The most effeminate color they could possibly come up with.
Oh my god.
All my heroes are going down. Arnold Schwarzenegger, another great man. Another great man. Taken down by that gold-digging whore of a maid he's got. And I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit for doing what he did. It was a piece of shit move. But how come only he got chastised? What about the maid? Why was she called the maid that entire story? She was never called a whore, ever. It just boggled my mind. She knew his wife, first name basis, played with their kids, fucked her husband in their own goddamn bed. That's right down the checklist. First ballot Hall of Fame whore. Right there. Never. Why do you think she hooked up with him? Because of that 1987 flat top he's still rocking? Giant space between his teeth I could put this mic cord through? Or do you think maybe it's all that kindergarten cop money laying around the goddamn bedroom? No, it's awful. It's a horrific thing to see as a guy, watching guys go through that shit, you know? And then there's no sort of examination of it. They just go, he's an idiot. Hey, he's stupid. That guy's stupid. If that guy's stupid, what the fuck am I? Right? Does it even make sense? Why would you do that? Why would you accomplish all that and then fuck it up? Hooking up with one of the ugliest human beings I've ever seen in my life. Not saying I'm a prize. I'm just saying, you know? It's got to be something beyond that, right? You know what I think it is? I think it comes down to the way he talks. You know? That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania. That should have been the height of his success. But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America. Became famous for lifting weights. I lift weights, nobody gives a shit. He lifts weights, becomes super famous. Did he rest on his laurels? No. Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down. There's a bomb. Get out of there. Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time. What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. There's no fucking way you can do that. Bam, he does it. Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election. Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades. 4 decades, nothing but net. Bang a maid in my own bed? Dude, that's a layup. Are you serious? I had a hit movie with a midget. I don't even need a condom. Right? And then what happens? The smoke clears. Then all these trolls come out of the woodwork and start judging this great man. All these fatties, these fucking old guys who never got any with their jowls. Coming on TV, absolutely reprehensible behavior. What kind of a public servant? His legacy is like they have any idea what it's like to be tempted at that level, right? Like they have groupies as they waddle out to their Mercury Tracer parked on the other side of a dumpster. Really? You're beating them off? This guy, he's not a great man anymore? Terminator doesn't count? Is that what the fuck you're telling me? Because he fucked Alice? Really? He's still not a great man because he did that. Then the whole thing's over? Anybody here think they could move to Austria, learn the language, become famous for working out, then be a movie star, then marry into their royalty and hold public office? How many lifetimes would you need? I'm on my 3rd attempt at Rosetta Stone Spanish. Right? How can I judge these guys? I can barely handle the temptations of Facebook. I'm going to judge Tiger Woods? I golf. I don't walk off the 18th hole and there's a busload of Scandinavian women waiting to fuck my brains out. Sorry, ladies, gotta go home to the wife, right? No, it kills me. And there's no help out there for guys. There isn't. There's nothing out there to help you handle becoming rich and famous. There's nothing to prepare you for that platoon of whores that's gonna form on the horizon right? Like Braveheart, faces painted, skirts on, will run down the hill, they'll jump on your dick in front of your wife. They don't give a shit. It's not even a handbook out there. I saw one article written about it on the cover of Time magazine. It said, why do so many rich, famous, and powerful men act like absolute pigs, right? And the article was actually written by a woman. That's like me writing a book, The Third Trimester and What to Expect. Ladies, you're gonna feel a pressure. How the hell would I know? You don't want to hear that from me, right? Then why is this woman telling me what it's like to have a dick? That makes no sense. You have no idea what it's like to have a dick. 24/7. Do it. Fuck it, do it. That's what it's saying. Do it. Yeah, do it. That's how we survived as a species. Every man in here is programmed to fuck 85% of the women in this room. Right? Yeah, we are. Do it, fuck it, do it, you know? It's just that you won't. That's the only reason why we don't, you know? That's not you keeping your dick in check, you know? Some guy at Home Depot working there, he wants to fuck just as many women as a celebrity, right? But he can't do it because whores don't care about lumber, right? But the second he hits the fucking lottery, all of a sudden, you know, that do it, fuck it, do it, you know, that wasn't affecting his life. Then all of a sudden these whores show up. I'll do it, I'll suck it, I'll do it, right? No, somebody's got to step up, all right? I'm not even blaming whores, really. Just, guys, we're fucking idiots. What are we doing? Why are we working so hard and then giving it all away to some chick who did 3 shifts at a fucking Hooters, you know? They're fucking bums. Sitting there with fucking Dorito dust in their cleavage, walking around with hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm sick of that shit. That's what the law says. 100 years ago, I could beat you with a fucking mop handle and be like, well, that's what the law says. Doesn't make us right. No, it's unreal. And all this shit's going down, and we're not doing anything. What are we doing? Same old shit. Sitting around watching Shark Week, right? Watching shit about poisonous snakes half a world away, just filling your head up with all this useless information. What to do if you come face to face with a Bengal tiger? Don't look at it, don't look away. Slowly back up as you push your friend forward, right? All this useless information, yet hanging between your legs is this thing that could crumble your entire empire 7 minutes or less. Don't know a fucking thing about it. Even worse, you think it's your friend. Yeah, you know why? Because your dick's like a dreamer, you know? Your dick believes. It's like a motivational speaker. I don't give a shit what question you ask it. It's always like, yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Exit strategy. Later. We'll be fine. Where's your dick when you get caught, right? Then it's just slumped over like, hey, I thought it was a good idea, you know? Yeah. You have to know that. Dude, if your dick was a third base coach, it wouldn't hold anybody up. It'd just be fucking waving people around. Everybody, go in standing up. You got it. Oh, shit, here she comes. Slide!
Oh, man. Oh, Bill Burr. Holy shit. Oh, jeez, man. That guy's a legend. Oh, man. Do you remember Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. What about him?
Perfect.
You know, I'm afraid.
It's a pretty short clip. It's actually, if I'm not wrong, this is one of his newer specials, if I'm not wrong. I believe this one's on, it was originally on Netflix. But it's a pretty funny damn clip.
You know, I'm afraid of robots.
My bad. Tell me when you're good.
Holy fuck, man.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was a short one, but man, was that ever good.
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
Alrighty. Oh, I think we're gonna cap it off.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night on this.
The little experiment stream to see how well this did.
Thanks everybody who came out to hang out with us, watch some of these stupid, funny movies, shows, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, check you out next time, man.
Peace out, everyone.